Okay, perfect. I just had it on mute. Okay, perfect. Shot for that. YouTube, good morning. How are we doing? Good morning, good morning. No sound. Yeah, it should be on now. Should be on. Day one of trying to fill my lunchbox. Hey, chat. Yesterday's video went viral. That was actually pretty insane, I won't lie. I really didn't expect that at all. But without further ado, guys, we are blessed to be on this lovely Wednesday. Let's see what we have in store today. Let's see what the markets has in store for us today. Okay, so straight off the bat on that daily, we are currently, hold on, I think the music might be a bit too loud. Mods, just let me know how the music is on your end. But yeah, looking at the daily for me, we already started to open up, giving us a bottom wick, breaking previous daily highs off of not just any random area, but purely off of liquidity. So if you look to the left, there's the liquidity highs. This was yesterday, coming to tested areas. Today, opening up, giving me that bottom wick, almost testing that QP, starting to break the QP of 40.75, now approaching quarter, but it's actually quite interesting because I actually want to see if I can rally this to the upside or have to wait for price to close above 4100. So the idea on that daily is, look, that overall time frame is bullish. So even though that 30 and 4 hour is bearish, I just need to double check that if it is still bearish after yesterday. But looking at that higher time frame, we have the level of support there. Price has broken out, retested. My initial idea is going to want to see if price can reject this area, which it is already, and start to drive to these highs of 42.25, with that mid-level being at the QP level of 41.25. So that's going to be my initial idea on that daily. So first and foremost, let me go ahead and pop in that current daily highs. So current daily highs will be there. Popping over to that 4 hour. The 4 hour for me is quite nice because we've gotten a drive away from that QP level 40.75, and if you look to the left hand side, it's range low to range high, right? We understand that. Looking at the current closure on that 4 hour, it's making higher highs and higher lows, which is nice. So the idea for me is to anticipate that after the 4 hours created its higher low, we should then wick fill on the left hand side and continue that drive to the upside. First initial targets will be the current daily high once again, as well as the quarter pip, as well as the 4 hour resistance on the left hand side. Popping over to that 30 minute. If we close now London 30 engulfing, I'm going to anticipate that we should come and tap into 4100, and then that will also be the QP level as well as your 4 hour highs, which I just mentioned on the left hand side. So this is what I'm going to be looking at this morning, guys. I want to see if we can continue the drive to the upside, tap into that 4100 level. If that isn't the play and I don't get that, I will obviously look for trades above that. And if both of them don't come into alignment, there is obviously ways that I can look for that shorts. If you pan back to that 4 hour as we approach these resistance areas, the idea for me is that we need to tap into that level first before I can even look for the shorts, because that is where liquidity lies. So my initial target this morning is going to be looking for that longs into 4100. If we fail to do so and the 30-minute level holds, which is the resistance right now, and we come down again and break those lows, then I'll obviously look for the shorts. But to be quite honest with you, I'm not really interested in the shorts this morning, but more so the longs. 4 hour is still bearish on that bias, and your 30 actually just flipped back bullish. Yeah, so the 30 for me is back bullish, boys. We've got a 3v1 to the upside. So we do have the bias leaning a bit more to the upside, which I like. But just two things I want you guys to notice: that you are approaching that resistance on the left. There's your 15 closure as well. Definitely can be a play. Let me just run through my zones quickly. We might get an early move here. Okay, so 4 hour resistance is right there. This is where I'm going to anticipate where price can ride to. So this is very important that you guys pay attention to. As much as a sell could happen, I'm going to be using liquidity as my confluence to understand that if it's going to start getting to those areas, it should continue driving. Okay, see 1 second. One second, because I might get an early move here on gold. So what I'm looking at on gold right now is to see that 50-minute can re-break its highs, which it possibly is going to be doing. So if it can pretty much re-break the highs, I'm going to anticipate the price to continue its drive. The only thing I got to mention, which I'm not too much a fan of, is that the bottom wick isn't that large. So I do have the slightest feeling. Obviously, I can't trade off a feeling. I need to use a proper rule set. But there is something called discretion. So trader's discretion is obviously using your gut feeling in alignment with the way you trade, which will then give me the idea that I personally feel like when you get that bottom wick deeper first. Oh my word, and as I'm speaking about it, it's actually happening. So I'm just going to hang a bit 10 on gold, boys. I just want to see us get that bottom wick first. That's going to be my 30 low up there. You'll see that I adjust my 4 hour there because I'm going to add in another level now. Let me just change this. But in the meantime, guys, if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Road to 2K. We're almost there. We're not too far. We're not too far. So share the stream with your friends, your family. Just get some more viewers in here. Change more lives. Okay, so this is what I have on that 15 and 30. The simple re-break right now, I'm going to go long. I like it a lot. I like the 30 close. Yes, I can wait for London Open, which will be the next 10 minutes. Well, 9 minutes. If price stalls and doesn't give me the break before then that's simply going to be the play that I'm going to be looking for. Is, whatchamacallit? Waiting for that close. Okay. But the idea for me is right now, I'm quite happy with that bottom wick we just got in the 15. So a rebreak of that's going to give me the idea that price can continue driving. Because in hindsight, what should happen is it should not break its own high if it's going to go further down. So I'm very comfortable with taking a position right there. It will be a 60 pip stop loss for something like this. So this is just an idea. Target obviously my TP1 over there, with my overall target being that quarter pip level right there for 27 bags. Current daily high is also in the way, which will be nice to see a rebreak of that. So it's just gonna be a waiting game for me, because it's one of the things right now. You at your resistance, you at liquidity. If it's going to be rejecting, price will come down. I obviously won't take the position. But now that I've created a bottom wick, then created a top wick, playing with my bottom wick again, price should come down. If it's going to fail to do so and it's going to re-break the highs, there's only one way it's going to go. And that's going to be into 4 hour liquidity, which is sitting at QP. So I use it all to my advantage by adding them as confluences. So what I'm going to do right now is wait for the next, I would say 4 to 5 minutes. If I don't get it before London, I'll wait for that London closure, because then I'm going to wait for a 30-minute closure like this. Then it'll be a 30-minute type 2. So once I get a 30-minute type 2, I can look for something like this, a closure, next candle to open up, bottom wick, and as it flips, I can look for that extension longs, or I can wait for it to break highs, because in essentially what's going to be happening is I'll get a weak bearish closure on my 15, which will then be a type 5 on the 15 as well. And to be honest, the more I'm speaking, the more I'm actually going to want to rather wait. So let me chalk that idea of getting in a bit earlier. I actually prefer the waiting scenario and getting in a bit lower on that 30-minute for the setup to look something like this. And then my stops being 60 beneath that level of demand, right? And then I have more run room anyway to that QP of 55 pips. 4 hour area is 100 pips away. 10 is 10 will be obviously at 10 pips. So I prefer the idea. So I'm going to take the decision right now. I'm not going to take a trade until this candle closes on the 30, this candle closes on the 15, London opens at 10. Then I'll get involved. I want to see an engulfing as a type 2, just because we could see a scenario where this area also holds, price breaks, and I actually then have to look for shorts. Okay, so if you didn't know this, guys, this is purely just trading off of my education that I've learned over the past 9 years. This is not financial advice, nor is it what's the other one? Nightbot pull up. It's not financial advice, it's what? Purely just education and entertainment. So Let's see if you guys are entertained today by not blinking your eyes and seeing if I can get this TP nice and early this morning. But other than that, guys, that's my analysis on gold. I think it's relatively straightforward for everybody, right? Drop a W in the chat if you guys understand. If you don't, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. If you don't, let me know. That's what I'm here for, to try and assist you guys. So if you don't understand, let me know. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to worry with GJ today. I had a look at GJ this morning and I was like, nah, we're back in Chop City. So I'm going to swerve left of that. Does everybody know what Chop City is? Okay, so now I'll wait. Got 5 minutes. Waiting for the 30 close. Let's see what we got there. But YouTube, what's happening? Let me see. What did I miss this morning? 55 viewers right now. Surely we can get to, let's say, 45 likes. Surely we can do that. It's a like is for free. All right. I see somebody got moves this morning already in the MFX group, so hundreds. Well done. Mr. Cooler Bag. Miles, is it true? What? It is actually that's a laugh. Miles, is it true you spend 10k just on rubber bands to tie the money up? Pablo Isco Miles. that's a flippin' good one. Carl, I must say, you always with the good wording. Warning Miles and members, hope I haven't missed a lot. Let's get it. Nah, you should be good. You should be good. If you've missed anything on the analysis, guys, just rewind. You should see everything there. Nightbot doesn't smoke. I don't know why my Nightbot is so slow. I don't know why. I think this guy is I actually can't say that. It might be offensive, but he doesn't want to work. He doesn't want to work. Wow, you truly inspire me. You inspire me, brother. Stop drinking Coke so early. It's Coke Zero. It's Coke Zero. So I think definitely waiting on the call for London Open is the wise move, because if this candle closes beneath, we know what it is. Then price should come and retest this level right there, because 4082 is liquidity. So if we close beneath here in the next 3 minutes, that's going to be a 15 closure and engulfing rejection off of the resistance closure beneath. I will then look for my shorts down. So let's see. It's all about waiting for this candle right now. No, it should be good. Now, mods, sound should be good, right? The shimmy is 100%. Doesn't matter. What must I won't drink. I won't personally drink coffee so early in the morning. Can't be that bad. Connor, I think you and Tori can fly down for the weekend. That's actually a good idea. I think you guys should be flying down. Yo, guys, it's my birthday on Saturday, and I don't know how I feel about it. Another year added to the calendar. But I must say, this year for me has been my best year. Like, I've been so blessed this year in all aspects, and I can only thank God for that. It's really been a good year, so... yeah. Yo, he's an unk now. Something like that. Okay, I like this a lot. I really like this a lot. Engulfing closure. Top wick. Break of the low. Stunning. Type 3. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay, so we got 10 seconds here, boys. Let me see this closure. I'm looking for that shorts. If we can close beneath on London Open, need that top wick. Once I can get that top wick, we should be A4 away. So looking for something like this right now. Okay, well, gold is deciding to continue, but you guys understand what I want. Also, need a top wick on this bottom candle. We need a top wick, bro. So bottom wick to form with the close. Next candle to give me the top wick. Then I'm looking for something like this as a type 3 short. Okay. Stop will obviously be running 60. Targeting 10 is 10. And then further extension down. So there's the setup right there. I'm looking for the top wick. I'm not taking it now because there's no top wick. There needs to be a top wick for me to get involved here. So just because it is at my entry point and just because it is where I want it to go, doesn't mean I'm going to take it. We need to wait for that top wick. So this trade for me can literally run 1,000 pips. I won't be phased. Because rules tells me I have to wait for a top wick. Okay. So I'm going to play the patience game right now. As enticing as this is, I need to wait for all my confluences and confirmations to line up before I can get involved. So the perfect scenario right now is, now that it already broke lows, is for this candle to come up, get its top wick, re-break the lows. So what I'm going to do, as soon as we come up to form a top wick, I'm going to put some sell stops. But as we are right now, I got to wait because there's nothing I can do without a top wick. Got to stick to that discipline, my guys. As enticing as it can be. What's up, Jordan? These are the times where you have to stick to your discipline so much because you can literally see what you spoke about happening, but because you're missing that last confluence, you can't get involved, which is more important than anything else. I always say it's not about making money in this industry, but more so being able to manage that. There's a wick on an MT5, doesn't make a difference, so no. So guys, one thing I focus on a lot is only basing my trade setups off of TradingView. Because every prop firm server will be different, every broker will be different, so how do you actually find that fine line between the two, right? So I focus purely just on TradingView. Okay. If I look at my broker feed though, and then someone else looks at their broker feed, and it's just going to be different scenarios all the time. So I always focus on the most consistent in everything, and that is obviously TradingView. TP2 will be down there, then final TP will be the quarter pip. Okay, so I'm literally just waiting for a top wick, and then I'm going to put some sell stops on gold, right? Okay. So my sell stop's going to lay at 40.83.15. Now, I haven't placed it yet because there's still no top wick. So 40.83.15 is where I want my sell stops to be placed. But I haven't placed it yet because I'm still waiting for the top wick on gold. Because for all I know, this candle could go and do something like this now, which is grabbing the liquidity and then close bullish back above. Then I need to go long. You with me? So where gold is right now is literally at a pivotal point where it can go either way. But what's going to save me from taking my L, well, taking an L, is sticking to my plan. So sticking to your plan always puts you ahead of the game. So I never break rules. That's one thing about me. You'll see, you can ask my students. I just don't break rules. Okay, so that's pretty much, let me see. Come on, baby, just give us that top wick. That's it. Well said, Christian. Miles, if HFM had a server on TradingView, would you trade? I wouldn't, because I've been trading for so long. All I know is MetaTrader. So for me to go and change my platform. It's full of jokes. For me to go and change my platform, I think it would be a bit unnecessary. So even if they did like allow or line up with TradingView and you can trade here, I still wouldn't. I enjoy MetaTrader a lot. I mean, I've traded on C-Trader as well. C-Trader is nice for PC for sure, but on the phone, MetaTrader is just boss. MetaTrader is just boss on the cell phone. That was so close to making the top pick, and to be honest with you, I won't take the trade until it has that top pick. I'm very adamant about my rules, boys. Just because of what I said. Because there's no top pick. Let me explain to you why. So a lot of people ask me the question, why so obsessed with this top wick and bottom wick and all that stuff. So I focus a lot. So you can see there's no indicators, there's nothing on my chart, right? There's no, whatever you've seen on, you know what I'm talking about. It's pure price action. It's pure market understanding, market structure, liquidity, price action. And then I focus a lot on candlestick anatomy. So it's part of my course as well. You'll see me focus on that a lot. So I believe that each candle has 5 components: the open, the close, the body, the high, and the low, right? So I not only see support and resistance within the liquidity of the structure, but also in the liquidity of the candle itself with that highs and the lows. So that's how I see it. So if a candle doesn't form said high or low, it becomes null and void for me. So don't get me wrong, a candle can still push without it. But 95% of the time, a candle is going to form top wicks and bottom wicks. You can go do your research, you can check all of these things and build that confluence for yourself so you can understand it. It is going to form those things. So for me, I'll rather work with the 95% occurrence than the 5% occurrence. You know, so all these things I'm very strict about. And yes, that does mean I'll miss the trade here or there, but that is also what keeps me so profitable and not seeing losses so often. Miles, do you trade until end of December, or when do you call it a year? So I'm going to be trading until the 23rd of December. Actually the 22nd, because the 23rd I'm hosting a bootcamp for all my MFX members, right? But tradable days for me is up until the 23rd of this year, and then I'll be back with my MFX members on the 5th of January. So I was chatting to them, I think it was the day before yesterday, I think on Monday, regarding how we're not really much going to take time off. Let's keep the momentum going. We slaughtered this year crazy amounts, so let's keep that momentum going. There's actually something else I wanted to mention, I forgot. Shoot. He drives an EcoPro. You put the car in EcoPro. Shoot, there was actually something else I wanted to say, but I completely forgot. So yeah, boys, I'm just being patient on this one. So like I said, on the 5th of January, I'll be back with the MFX members. On YouTube, I'm honestly not sure yet. The main focus is always the MFX members. So YouTube, I'm not too sure yet. But probably towards the end of January. But obviously, I'll keep you guys updated on my socials. So just make sure you follow my personal page, Miles VW, as well as the business page, Millennial FX _official. So yeah, nothing I can do as of yet, boys. As tempting as it is, I have to be patient. Patience game today because I didn't get one confluence. We do have 15 close coming up in the next 5 to 6 minutes. Let's see if I can cook something after that, because then I won't mind taking on the next candle. But obviously then I just have that confirmation at least. Miles, when is the IG handle changed to Miles AMG or Miles BMW? A lot of people have the misconception that the VW is because of a car. It's actually not. It's because my surname is Van Wyk. So that's why my IG is Miles VW. Miles Van Wyk. It has nothing to do with cars. That's for sure. Because then I would have to put all the cars in my name and it would be too long. But how's everybody feeling towards the end of November? How's your month been? What are you playing? How's everybody feeling towards the end of November? Are we doing good? Trading wise, are we doing good? I'm gonna keep mentioning it, guys. Don't relax. It's not time to relax. I think there's like 25 days left of the year to trade. 25 days left. I think 25 or 24. I'm gonna just double check. 25 or 24. So this obviously would have hit TP, but like I said, guys, I'm not taking the trade that doesn't have a top wick. So I've got 4 minutes left. I'm gonna wait to see if we can get a closure, and then I'll reassess to see if I want to be getting in. One thing I want us to note is that there is liquidity right here. So how price reacts of that is quite important, because if I do get involved, I want to get in beneath there and stop above the running candle. Okay. So yeah, that's a day of discipline. You got to stay disciplined. Even if it is scenarios like this where you plan the trade, set up 99% and then hit your TP anyway. I can't. I have to be disciplined, because on a different day, it can give you a different scenario where breaking your rules might be your downfall. W year, lots of progress, had some higher lows. I like that. I like that. Some higher lows. Keep moving forward. Keep moving up. There's a big learning year across all aspects. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Good month. I'm at 55% for the month. That is crazy. That is crazy. Well done, Brent. Crazy. 55%. Where else would you get that? Pivotal year for you. Now we print. Okay, 15 closures coming up. Let's see how she's looking. Tennis 10, what can I say? The education is great. Is that just by watching my live streams that you got that results? That would be crazy. What? Really? Hectic, and you're not even a member, and so you're telling me these live streams do you so good? That is crazy. That is awesome. I'm very happy that that's the case, my brother. Okay, 15 close coming in the next minute. You're still Lazan, can testify. Oh, are you Lazan's friend? Okay, that's awesome. Shout out Lazan for sharing the knowledge of finding MFX. Shout out to Lazan. A slight drop there. But there's that 15 close. You guys drop on YouTube, or you guys drop a one in the chat if you guys are still there. I feel like my internet just dipped. I think we should be good. My Wi-Fi just dropped, boys. Mod, just let me know in the chat if you guys are still there, because I just dropped everything on my end. We're back. I don't know what the heck happened there. We should be good, alright? Okay, while we're in that breath, I'm gonna execute some gold cells right there, boys. Okay, so I'm taking these gold cells right now in anticipation that she'll continue running through that 10 pip target, and then my stop is going to be just above the highs over there. So I'm in on gold cells at the moment. I just want to see if she can continue driving further down. Oh, why is it doing that? Wrong ray. So there's TP1 for me. Overall TP is going to be down here, with my secondary target being the low of this candle. I would just like to see if price can continue driving further down. And then my stop is going to be just above that wick high, so it's going to be 62 pips. In case, you know, the 30 rejects completely and it breaks its high, then I obviously don't want to be in the position. But as it's formed right now, with that 15 closing massively engulfing, I'm going to anticipate that that 15 can continue driving to the downside. We do have liquidity here, so that is something to pay attention to. But other than that, we should be good. So let's see what's the case today. Where's the year-end party? Yo, I haven't I haven't planned a year-end party, bro. My Wi-Fi, I don't know what's up. My Wi-Fi did drop, but it should be fine now, I think. My lives are so... What? The lives are so good. Miles all the way back from... That's why I came this... What? What? Why does that not make sense to me? The lives are so good. Came all the way from 2G's days. That's why I came this, and there's nothing wrong at all with... I just resonate with your style. Yo, I don't know why that English is not making English sense to me right now. He's not make sure. He's not making sure. Okay, so the only way I can lose this trade is if this liquidity holds and price actually makes the top wick. But we should be good because we've got a 15 engulfing close. All I want to see is a continuous drive to the downside. If, for example, I lose the trade, I will take another one, but this is the only requirements. If it can close back above the level, so I can long it. If it goes up, holds resistance, I don't think I'm going to resell it. I'll then wait for the long opportunity if that is the case that I do lose today. So let's see what happens here. Okay, the lives on YouTube are good, and that's why I can decide. 100%, brother. I appreciate the support. We could also see a possible test of liquidity. That could be the retest. Miles, could you explain why I didn't wait for the topic in this case? Yeah, so in this case, I've got a 15 close. So the setup is based off of the 15. Compared to prior, it was a 15 and a 30 with no topic. So now I'm basing it off of the idea that the 15 already closed engulfing. It doesn't have to get a topic. It can, obviously, there's no issue with that. And I'm fine with taking the L if that is the case. But because the 15 closed engulfing and closed beneath, this is your running candle. So I'm fine with taking it. Because the current 15 is what I'm basing the trade off of. You with me? So let's see. No, and it's the same type. It's obviously I'm just entering later. It'll still be a type 3. Elaine, good morning. Yo, first time viewer here. Just curious, do you trade funded accounts? No, I don't. I only trade personal. Also, with that, RR, what's your win rate like? 87% for the past 5 years. What is your view on NFP gold? I don't trade fundamentals, my brother. I only trade technicals. I don't do any of the new stuff. I'm obviously aware of what's happening, but I don't trade just based off of that. Quick one, Miles. Do you correlate your gold movement or direction with the DXY direction sentiment, as they sometimes go in opposite direction? No. So I don't use positive or negative pair correlations at all. At all. I feel like pair correlations and indicators and algorithms is like South African taxi drivers. They'll indicate one way, or they won't indicate at all, and they'll do the total opposite thing. So yeah, I don't do any of that CPI, PPI, NFP stuff. I just focus on daily compounding my account over a long period of time, including losses, including wins. That's how it should be. That's for me what trading is. NFP and stuff like that, when you do the whole risk your full account for a news release, that for me is gambling. Then you might as well go to the casino or Betway, up to you. You know. But I've been there. I think every trader went through the NFP vibe, you know, just to test it out. Yeah, it's like playing roulette. Go red or black. 87% for 5 years straight is crazy. Yeah, but look, the way I trade, I'll be honest, the way I trade allows me to win a lot. Because I don't give back. I don't give back. I take my 10 and I move. You know? So, yeah. Bro, why is my internet dipping like this? Am I the only one with my internet dipping like this? It's like going through the most right now. Yep, we all did. Yeah, I think it's just one of those, eh? Where as a trader you try and experiment with everything until you find what really is for you. Hey Knowles, what's up? But with NFP, if you pay attention to economy and earnings, you can have a calculator guess. 100%. 100% I agree with you. But what if there's a change 5 minutes before? And then what you gonna do? It's fundamentals, boys. It's not based off of... Although I always say that fundamentals is factored into price. So technicals will set your levels, fundamentals will drive them 100%. But I'm yet to meet a fundamental trader that is super consistent over years. Just based off of trading NFP and CPI and PPI. Just in my experience and opinion, I haven't come across that. But if whatever works for you, works for you. Okay, boys, that's stop loss for me on gold. There's that 30-minute top wick, so that is a stop for me. Let's see what price does here. If we do close above, I am gonna look for that longs. I'm not too keen on the shorts again. I'll rather just wait. So let's see what happens here. There's that 30-minute top. So the rejection of gold is purely just because of the level here. 40, 81, 47. So that's your rejection area there. The idea for me right now is liquidity, reject, close above, and I'm going to long. Okay. Because now I can see all that orders got liquidated. This is going to be a 15 engulfing as well. So in the next 2 minutes, I could get another possible setup. Let's see. Let's see. Kyle has no filter today. Oh shit, Kyle with the fire shots. Okay, so if we get a closure like this, 15 and 30 closure coming up back above the level for the 15 engulfing after sweeping liquidity, and then 30 back above the level also after sweeping liquidity. I'm going to go long on the next candle for something like that. Needs to close above though. Right. The YouTube session full on blank. 100%. It is I'm actually happy that it's a longer session, because sometimes I feel like I just come on stream and I hit TP and then I have to call it because there's nothing else to do or to talk about. Then I feel like, you know, like we aren't getting people to watch because it happens so quick. Will you change your risk on the next trade to make up for the loss? You're expecting a series of wins to cover the loss? So I don't change my risk at all. Whether I've lost, whether I've won, I have a fixed risk throughout everything. Because remember, I'm not trading for today or for tomorrow or for the week or for even the month. I'm a long-term trader. That's what I want. There's my 15 engulfing. It's literally on liquidity. So I'm going to take it at the break of the highs over here. for something like this. I need a solid bottom wick though. If I can get that solid bottom wick and then the rebreak of the highs, I'm going to get involved for something like this. So looking at how the candle is now, it's probably going to be a 30 pip stop, but obviously I'm going to wait for a more bottom wick. That's not enough for me. That bottom wick isn't enough for me. So let's see here. We want to see a bottom wick that is nice, just a little bit more. I mean, even to retest that is absolutely brilliant. So there's the break of the highs there. So I'm looking at 4089.02 as a re-entry for my second trade. What did I say? 02, right? And then it's going to be, I don't even need to have a 60 pip stop, but that would be the idea. Okay, so what I'm looking for right now, I've got it engulfed from the 15. I'm looking for the current candle to break, as well as the previous to break. And then my 10 is 10 will be over there. Second TP with the flat body resistance for 58 bands. And then oval TP will be up at that quarter level, riding the entire wave. Alright. Stop loss for me, I'm going to run it at 60 at the moment. And then what I'm going to do here also is put some buy stops in the next couple of seconds. So buy stops for me is going to be 4089.22. Also, do note, this is my trades, boys. The trades based off my way of trading. It's not financial advice. It's just education, entertainment. So what I'm looking for here right now is a rebreak of the highs, and then I want to get involved. If it does sink and price does sink, I'm not interested. I don't want the sells unless this 30-minute candle closes bearish. Then I'll get involved again. But other than that, I'm good. Just gotta be patient on this one. Can't you see the screen? It's literally on the screen. I think you have a better on roulette table to make money than on fundamentals, because you can get the direction right, but then it can wake you up before going in direction. 100%. There's a lot to it, man. There's a lot to it with fundamentals. That's just not my vibe. And then for me, this surpasses that 60 pip mark, that I'm just going to remove the buy stops. Because then I don't want to have such a big risk on the table. And I think to short it again at this point, it's going to be tough because there's liquidity right here. And that's why I rejected the first time. So I wouldn't trade into it the second time. Even though it could possibly rip through, I wouldn't want to take that risk. So with my second trade, how I do it is, if I've lost my first trade and... Okay, first of all, this is how I do it. If I win one trade, I'm done for the day. I'm one and done sort of guy. Okay, 10 pips a day, that's all I need. Okay? Now, if I've lost the first trade, I will take a second trade if it lines up with my analysis and confluences and strategy once again. But the second trade will be more of a conservative trade than an aggressive trade, because obviously I've already taken an L, which there isn't anything wrong to take a second loss, but I want to be more conservative with my approach. I'm not going to lessen my lot size. I'm not going to lessen my risk. None of that. I stick to the same thing. It's just my mindset now will shift to be slightly more conservative within the next trade. Or looking for the next trade, or taking the next trade. You with me? But we got 70 people watching right now. Let's get that likes up to 60. I might do a giveaway at the end of the stream. Let me see, what do we got here? Yo, there's literally numbers on the side, boys. If you can't see it, I'm sure YouTube and Zoom can see the numbers on the right hand side. Alright, let's minimize that chat now. Let's see what GJ. Yo, GJ's been doing nothing, man. GJ's been on a whole different chill vibe. Let me see. Like I said, if gold's gonna seep further down in this, I'm gonna remove that buy stops. And then just wait for next candle closures. Miles, you're having a meetup in Cape Town. Yo, it just depends how much people we have that side. I did a PE meetup, well, just for my members. When was it? End of October? But yeah, I think if the numbers are there in Cape Town or wherever, or Swaziland or wherever, obviously I'll definitely do a meetup. It's pointless me doing a meetup and then one guy comes. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I think due time. Definitely due time. PE is easy because there's a lot of PE chaps here and it's in my hometown. And we actually had some Cape Town guys down that same weekend. So that was really dope. We had some guys stuffing sushi in their cigarette packets. It was an active weekend. What kind of numbers we looking at? I'd say anything above 20. Then I would do something like that. You must come do. You must come and visit the valleys. Wait, Val. Look, I was in Joburg when I bought my car last month, and then Michaela just sent me a picture of her making biryani. She was too busy to meet up. Oh, okay. Let me hear where you guys are from. Guys, where are you from in the world? If you're from South Africa, where in South Africa are you from? Let me know in the chat. Just see more or less where you guys are from. I mean, there's 70 guys here. Surely a lot of you are from the same place. Okay, so we got Cape Town. How can we get you to Lesotho? Lesotho, my guy. Lesotho. Who else here is from Lesotho? It's probably only you, bro. How is Lesotho? Interesting. I think it's very dry, like Joburg. Okay, so we got Cape Town, Ballito, Port Elizabeth, Vrystaat. Yeah, we're gonna have to put Benedict on a Zoom call or Skype or something. I'm from GQ, Cape Town. Cape Town. Yeah, actually there's a lot of... We have a lot of Cape Town people, yeah. Okay, guys, I'm gonna remove these buy stops on gold. I'm gonna have to wait and see what she does. So I'm just gonna wait on gold. I'm removing those buy stops for now. We will wait. East London, Manchester, England. I'm sorry, but the first thing that comes to mind, I don't know if there was like a video that went around when these 3 girls from England came down, and then some color guys taught them some very awesome words. I don't know if you guys saw that video. I can't be the only one that must have seen that video. My name is Don and I'm from Liverpool in England. You're a master. I can't be the only one that saw the video. Let me see if I can't find it. Oh, what? You saw it? Ah, you saw it? Yeah, I didn't say who ha who. I didn't say that new word. I'm still from Port Elizabeth. Ribeja. No, I removed the buy stops. I'm still waiting. There's a lot of that kind of videos. I'll be back in a second, chat. Give me like 2 minutes. I'll be back now. Okay, 15 close is coming up on gold. There's that 15 close right now. So this resistance holding. So what we're seeing right now is, just have a look at this quickly, right? So we've got the level of resistance right there. Okay. Then we have price breaking out. We have price pulling, pushing, pulling, pushing, pulling. Here's liquidity right here, and this is why we are seeing reaction off of that level. My understanding is going to be that if we can start breaking these lows, price should continue further down and tap into that quarter pip. So I might have a setup pending here. If it doesn't and this area still holds, it's going to hold this area, and once it can get above there, I can long. But in that zone, I can't do nothing. Okay, so right now it's a patience game for me. I just honestly still prefer the buys. The city is not dry at all, Miles. Watch what we do with Consult Adrian next with his new team as what? The new country manager for the broker in RSA. Looking forward to that, brother. Get us a 4x4 that we can go to Sunny Pass in Lesotho. Come fetch me. $35K? Yo, Tariq, that's nuts. What, does it snow that side? That's crazy. But chat, I think I'm gonna call it a stream for YouTube at 11. MFX members, we can carry on. While we wait, because at the moment gold is just busy barcoding. And I'm not gonna force anything. Yeah, there's snow we had it in July. That's crazy. It must be cold outside in winter. But guys, let me know if you have any questions regarding the trade that we took or anything like that. Let me know. Break below 15 wick. Will it be valid? PS 15? It will. That's what I was speaking about, yeah. It will. Definitely will, Michaela. Like hot. Bro, it is hot. Yo, thank the Lord it's not a leg day today. Leg day would kill me today. The only thing for me I'm going to mention is the liquidity that's right here. There is liquidity right there. But my understanding is going to be if we can break that low, we're also starting to trade beneath a flat body support over there. So then price should turn over and roll. Bro, why didn't you just come up on Friday for my birthday? I mean, you only turn that beautiful age once. close tonight. Break of the low. I might go fetch some breakfast, guys. I think we should be ready if we break that lows. So I'll call it, but once again, guys, this is not any advice. It's just entertainment, education. I'm looking for sells on gold 4080.03. Looking for that 10 pips and overall target's going to be the quarter pip for 50. I've got a top wick. I'm happy with that. I want to see the rebreak of the lows, rebreak of the current candle. You're trading beneath the lows there, so I'm quite happy with that, to be fair. As you see, price rebreak the lows. Miles, what time are you going to gym? I must hear by Vani. Vani, what time are you going to gym? I think 1 o'clock or 12. I think 1 o'clock. I hope it's 1 o'clock. I haven't had breakfast yet. Oh my god. Oh shit. That's an hour and I haven't eaten yet. Okay, boys, I'm gonna see how we close on this 15 in the next 8. If I don't get my trade, I'm just gonna call it a stream, and then I'll be back tomorrow. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum. Those bad fans. Bro, I told you, just tell me when you want one. And you can source it. Yesterday? What about yesterday? Okay, so for me, with gold rejecting, like I mentioned, there's your liquidity there. It's going to do one of two things: either hold the area and continue driving up, or break lows, and then I want to sell it. So for me, it's like 5 minutes in. Either which way, I'd want to wait for the 30 close, which will be your hour close, as well as your 15 close, any which way. But I think for me personally, I'm going to call it a session there. I don't think I'm going to take another trade. I'm going to call it at that one trade for the day. I'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. But before I go, YouTube, do you have any questions? Let me know. But yeah, I think I'm going to have just that one trade being taken today. Tomorrow, I will look for more positions. Tomorrow it is Thursday. MFX members, just hop onto Zoom quickly. Just come to the Zoom. Let's just have a quick chat. We'll continue this session there. So all the all the MFX members in YouTube, just come to Zoom. The Zoom is posted in the MFX group. Just pop by there quickly. But YouTube, I'm going to love and leave you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 9:30 GMT +2 for another beautiful session. I do appreciate you all for joining today. It was a lacquer session. Nice talking to you guys. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay safe. God bless. I'm out. Cheers.
You should grow feathers and see this too. When you